Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We've got the flag up now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar system. Columbia, this is Houston, reading you loud and clear, over.
Yeah, reading you loud and clear. How's it going? Lots of smiling faces in this room and all over the world.
And we're getting a picture on the TV.
Go!
Capcom, we're go for landing.
Roger, understand. Go for landing. 3,000 feet.
You knew that decisions were made in this place. You had a sense of history.
Verify that both S-band breakers are in, over.
It was a workplace, a home, a sanctuary, where a team of doers made the impossible happen.
Capcom, we're stay for T1.
Where farm boys, fresh grads, and some who claimed they were just plain lucky made history here in Houston and out of this world.
Engine arm off.
We copy you down, Eagle.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
This is Mission Control.
So I look at it as a leadership laboratory where we take young people in there. Green as grass, fresh out of college. And we turn men and women into controllers.
Okay, all flight controllers, gonna go for landing. Retro. Go. Fido. Go. Guidance. Go. Control. Go.
The young men in skinny ties and pocket protectors, with just a few years under their belts, found themselves facing the presidential challenge of the decade.
Landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth.
At the helm of that landing was none other than Flight Director Gene Kranz, a former aerospace engineer and fighter pilot.
My final words to my controllers were, I will stand behind every decision you will make. We came into this room as a team, and we will leave as a team. And then one of my controllers went and locked the control room doors, and we would not leave that room, and the doors would not be open until we'd either landed, we'd crashed, or we aborted. And only one of those cases was good. We had to land.
Following in the footsteps of former flight director Chris Kraft, Kranz's renowned mantra of tough and competent became the team's working creed.
How's our margin looking, Bob?
Failure was not an option.
The managers gave us that responsibility. They trusted us. And when somebody trusts you that much, you're damn sure not going to let them down.
Jerry Bostick, a flight dynamics or FIDO controller from rural Mississippi, sat in what was known as the trench, the very frontier, seating the guys who walked with a bit of swagger. They knew their job was to guide the spacecraft. In the retro seat right next to him was Chuck Dietrich.
We were all young at the time, and we were smart enough to be scared or think we couldn't do it.
Steely-eyed missile man John Aaron, the son of a farmer and minister, was an ECOM controller, monitoring electrical and environmental life support systems.
We had a lot of early failures. We blew up a lot of stuff. But we always learned something.
A place of discovery, endeared with coffee stains and tar-sooted ceilings.
We smoked cigarettes, pipes, cigars in that room right on down the line. But that was the nature of the beast.
But the Mission Operation Control Room, or MOCR 2, was just one of several that made up the center. In the Support Services, or SSR room, you found then ECOM trainee Mississippi native Bill Moon, the first Asian American to work in mission control.
There was a sense of rivalry amongst the organizations. We were the systems guys. And then you had the trench that were the FIDOs and GUIDOs and retros. I mean, they showed us how to get there. They pointed, looked at the stars and all that. I don't understand all that good stuff. But we kept the vehicles running, and kept the crew alive.
That crew was a trio, some of the best and brightest. Commander Neil Armstrong, Lunar Module Pilot Edwin Buzz Aldrin, and Command Module Pilot Michael Collins.
Mike Collins was probably the brightest of the three, well-read, had a hell of a education, everything like that.
Frank Hughes knew them like family. It was his job. As a simulator instructor, he trained the astronauts how to troubleshoot if things went wrong.
Let's face it, they didn't know, we don't know, we all learned together.
On July 16, 1969, Hughes would also find himself in mission control, along with Ed Fendel, a controller tasked to support communications with Michael Collins. Years later, Fendel would be known as Captain Video for his camera work with the lunar rover.
You just went and did things. Your boss said to do it, you found a way to do it.
The right kind of attitude for the right kind of mission. Fendel's colleague Rod Lowe knew they were on the verge of doing something big when he introduced his 6-year-old son to Neil Armstrong.
I asked Craig, I said, do you know who that was? He said, no, he didn't have the idea. And I said, we're gonna make him first man on the moon.
And that's exactly what they did.
That's one small step for man.
In this very room. This young team of professionals would begin the mission of a lifetime.
No doubt it's gonna work. We're gonna make it happen.
Landing man on the moon and returning him safely to Earth.
There's no equivocation. It's go or no go.
It was the week of July 16th, 1969.
I got out of the car and I thought, you know, we have trained so long. And I thought, okay, this is the day we're going to do it.
So let's do it.
Tough and competent.
We became hard, still hard.
Teamwork and diligence.
You've never seen teamwork like you have until you work at NASA.
Duty and determination.
We knew we were going to go all the way.
Commander Neil Armstrong made it clear this was for everyone.
And the last line says, we came in peace for all mankind. I think that's precisely what we mean.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal.
On July 16th, on historic launch pad 39A at Cape Canaveral, the Saturn V catapulted the spacecraft to a maximum velocity of 25,000 miles per hour.
Every second, it meant that those humans were going faster than anyone had ever gone, and that they were leaving the Earth.
Columbia, Houston, we'll have LOS at 101.
Around 100 hours into the flight, after successfully entering lunar orbit, Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin transferred into the snug lunar module.
LM looks to be in pretty fine shape. About all we can see from here.
Command module pilot Michael Collins stayed in Columbia, orbiting the moon, ready to help.
Listen, Dave, everything's going just swimmingly. Beautiful.
Great. We're standing by for Eagle.
Collins' role was critical. He was their lifeline should things go wrong. But with failure not an option, it was time.
The descent was roughly about 12 minutes long, and it was a battle.
Verify that both S-band breakers are in, over.
Communicating with the astronauts was Capcom controller Charlie Duke.
It was really tense in mission control. As the closer we got, the more tense it became.
Painstaking calculations and razor-sharp checkpoints. Mission control hung tough.
Are we going to get the landing radar? Because the crew was descending to the moon with information we provided them from the ground, which could have been several thousand feet in air.
The way they flew, Neil was looking out the window all the time, and Buzz was reading altitude and speed and things like that to him.
The crew was landing long, headed towards a crater. Then
1202 alarm.
You know them so well that you know inherently by the tone of their voice and everything like that what's going on.
Give us a reading on the 1202 program alarm.
an unfamiliar alarm.
The computer was basically running out of time to do all the functions it had to do.
We're going, that alarm?
Laid the burden upon me to say, do we have enough data to continue?
With little time to troubleshoot, Guidance Officer Steve Bales made the call. It was just a nuisance alarm.
Roger, we got you. We're going, that alarm.
But now the crew was running extremely low on fuel.
We're moving towards our abort limit, but we'll watch it pretty close.
Eagle, Houston, you're a go for landing, over.
But then...
1201, Roger, 1201. Same type, we're go, flight. Okay, we're go. We're go, same type, we're go.
Another nuisance, but the relief was short-lived. They had less than a minute before they ran out of fuel.
60 seconds.
Are they going to make it? Are they going to make it?
Picking up the bed.
30 seconds.
In mission control, we have handles on the television in there. You grab that handle and you're holding on for life.
With just seconds to go, Armstrong, a seasoned test pilot, picked a smoother place to land in the Sea of Tranquility.
He knew where he was, and he knew where he was in that process.
4 forward, drifting to the right level.
About the time we would have said 15 seconds, we recognized the cruise going through engine shutdown.
Contact light.
The team had done it for the world.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
And that was the way I felt. The whole room was that way.
People watched from all over the world. Though in mission control, a short-lived moment and back to work. Just upstairs in the viewing room, uncontrollable joy.
The people in the viewing room were what broke the code. They started stamping and cheering and everything else. All of a sudden, this noise filters into the room, and my controllers start to catch it.
Okay, keep the chatter down in this room.
This team on Earth helped put the American flag on the moon.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
At the moment it happened, you had a sense of pride, exhilaration.
This certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made from the White House. I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you have done.
But the mission wasn't over.
Unfortunately, we were so involved in the technical aspects of it that we kind of missed the wow part of it.
After 8 days, on July 24th, 1969, the Apollo 11 capsule splashed down in the Pacific Ocean.
Anytime you get the crew back on Earth, that's successful.
And only then did this team truly realize the gravity of what man had done.
Walked down the car and cried. It dawned on me what we had done.
It lifted the whole country.
And 50 years later,
In the mornings when I'd go out and to get the paper, I would look up and see the moon and say, by God, we were there. And so yeah, I looked at it differently.
This is a very precious time for, I think, everyone in the room, because we'd like to do it over again, only join the rest of the world celebrating the landing.